Did you know that most men have their first heart attack between ages 55 and 65, and women between 65 and 75? And here's the worst part. Most people have no warning signs at all. But there is a straightforward, a home test that you can do right now that could reveal whether your arteries are clogged before it's too late. It's called the Ankle-Brachial Index, or ABI. Let's get right into it. Today, we're going to demonstrate how to check for blockage in your arteries at home. And we only need two things. We need a piece of paper, a pen, and we need a blood pressure cuff. It's a non-invasive test, and the only one you could look for blockage in your arteries and that you could do at home. Before we start the test, although this is non-invasive test, you want to make sure you don't have any open wounds in your legs, you did not have recent surgery in your legs, and you don't have a history of deep vein thrombosis, clots in your veins in your legs. If you have any of these, skip the test. Everybody else can do it. Let's get going. I'm going to start taking my blood pressure on my right arm. The artery runs on the inner side of the arm, so you want to put this marker on this side. And you want to lay down to take all your blood pressure. We got 103/64. My pulse rate is 68. We're going to write this down. So right arm, we have 103/64. I'm going to take my blood pressure on my right angle. We got 127/76. We now are going to take my blood pressure on my left ankle. And we got 130/75. And all we need to do is now take a regular blood pressure on my left arm. And we are done. I can tell you just looking at the numbers that there is no evidence that I have any blockage in the arteries going to my legs. Now that I have demonstrated how to do this test, let's calculate it. You are going to look at the highest blood pressure in your ankles, the systolic blood pressure, and you're going to divide by the highest blood pressure in your arm. In this case, my highest blood pressure in the ankles was 130. My highest blood pressure in the arms was 103. So if you divide 130 by 107, you're going to get 1.21 within the normal range. And if you want to learn more about controlling your blood pressure naturally without medications, watch this video, the #1 nutrient deficiency in high blood pressure. I'll put a link above and on the description below. How accurate is the test? This test is pretty accurately. The Ankle-Brachial Index is about 80 to 90% sensitive. And that what it means, we could miss 5 to 10% of cases, especially if you have stiff arteries from diabetes or kidney disease. But the specificity is excellent. It's around 95%. People have asked when should do the test. So they do before or after taking blood pressure medications if you are on blood pressure meds. Ideally, you want to do the test before taking your morning medications because blood pressure pills can lower your numbers and might mask a problem. You want to see your untreated natural numbers for the clearest result. Now that we've done the test, let's quickly explain why it works. When your heart pumps, blood pressure is highest right at the heart. As it travels through your arteries down to your arms, to your legs, it naturally drops a little because of resistance in the blood vessels. Here's the interesting part. In healthy arteries, the pressure in your ankles is about 10 to 20 points higher than in the arms. That's because the pressure wave amplifies slightly as it travels towards your feet. And people want to know if the blood pressure is the same in both arms. If you look at my numbers, on my right arm is 103/64, my left arm was 107/66. If the difference between the right and left arm is less than 10 millimeters of mercury, it's fine. But if it's higher than that, you could mean there is a blockage in one of the arteries to your arm, and you want to have it checked. So how to interpret the ABI, the Ankle-Brachial Index? So what do those numbers mean? Here's a quick guide. Between 1 and 1.5 is normal. Between 1 and 0.9 is borderline. Less than 0.9 to 0.5 is mild to moderate blockages. And if you have less than 0.5 means severe blockages. A normal ankle-brachial index means good blood flow. A lower number means narrow arteries in your legs. And if you have blockage there, chances are high you have them somewhere else as well, in your heart and in the arteries going to your brain. Is the ABI designed to measure blockage in your heart arteries? No, it isn't. It is meant to check for blockage in your legs. Any blockage between your heart and your legs. But here's the key. If you have blockage in the arteries going to your legs, Peripheral Artery Disease, we also called it PAD, PAD, your chances of having blockage in your heart arteries or brain arteries are much higher. So what should you do if your ABI, the Ankle-Brachial Index, is abnormal? You want to check to your doctor and have a comprehensive exam. And to know if you have blockage in your coronary arteries, the arteries supply oxygen nutrients to your heart, the simplest test will be a coronary artery calcium score. It's a quick, painless CT scan that shows how much calcified plaque you have in your heart arteries. And it's one of the best predictors we have for heart attack risk. It's much better than a stress test because your risk of heart attack does not depend on how bad the blockage is. It depends if you have any blockage that could become unstable, even if they are 20% or 15%. Friends, your health is your most precious asset. Don't wait for symptoms to show up before you take action. Men should start aggressive prevention by age 40 and women by age 50. And both should monitor their blood pressure, their cholesterol, their blood sugar, their obesity, and sooner you start, better off you will be. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, and yes, go ahead and subscribe. And remember, your health, your most precious asset. Take control. See you next video.